Hello friends, pro-life leader Frank Pavone here. Thank you for joining me for my daily diary segment. Today I'm going to cover the first 3 days of 2024. Monday, January 1st, Tuesday the 2nd, and Wednesday the 3rd. So I welcomed the new year joyfully just after at midnight, and then got some hours of sleep. But then early in the morning on January 1st, I did some of my annual traditions and joyfully changed the calendars in my office over to 2024 and did some extra time of prayer and reflection, reaching out to family and friends and wishing everyone a happy new year. I then had some quiet work at my desk. I had to look at some travel plans. New month, new year, of course, many plans already on the books, but devoting more time to that and to the overall plan of the year. Updating thank you texts for the month of January and liturgical revisions and videos. Did some work on that. You know, we always have the resources online for priests and deacons to use to proclaim the pro-life message. And then, of course, time devoted to looking ahead to our activities at the annual March for Life and Walk for Life on the West Coast, the March for Life in D.C. We run the prayer service. We do a number of other activities, and I spent some time devoted to that. Had a New Year's Day lunch over at one of our nearby restaurants here on the river. And later in the afternoon was quite tired, so it was a restful latter part of the afternoon. Had an early dinner and early to bed that night. Tuesday, January 2nd, staff was back from their break. I had our morning, some morning work here in the studio, and then a morning staff briefing, as we always do, at 8:30. I had some desk work regarding the following topics in between the different meetings I'll tell you about. Father Begany, one of our priests on the team, arranging some scheduling matters with him. Work in regard to the Florida pro-abortion referendum. Communication with President Trump's campaign. End of the year report for Rachel's Vineyard. I'm going over that to see if there are any revisions, plans for upcoming trips. Communication with other pro-life leaders regarding a special end-of-the-year broadcast for the status of the pro-life movement in 2023 as we concluded the year. Appeal approvals. Planning of an administrative meeting that'll be coming up. Communication with the Napa Institute. Plans for the prayer service in D.C. Communication with a pro-life rabbi. Scheduling of January events, and also communications with our Silent No More team in regard to those that will be giving testimony this coming January. This coming March for Life and Walk for Life. Then I had a 10 a.m. meeting with our production team, production, social media, and also our executive director. Then I went over for a doctor's appointment with the dermatologist, just a regular checkup. Everything is fine. And then lunch when I came back. Work at my desk on some of those topics I mentioned. A 2 p.m. Call with our finance manager just to put forward a couple of new projects that we're doing. 2:15, a Zoom meeting with one of our key data associates. And 2:45, a taping here in the studio for our Praying for America program. At 3:30, a board meeting, our annual board meeting of the Board of Priests for Life. Fantastic meeting. As you may have seen in my emails, they passed another unanimous resolution standing with me, standing strongly and affirming my leadership. And that's always key to the success of a ministry. Strong internal unity. When you have strong internal unity, by the way, you can withstand any attacks from the outside. Then I continued work at my desk as the afternoon concluded, got up end of day updates from staff. At 6 p.m., I had a half-hour podcast interview. I was a guest on someone else's podcast. That went from 6 to 6:30. Then I went through some end-of-day reports from staff. Then I came into the TV studio and taped 2 more programs. And then I went to my desk and at 8 p.m. got on a national Zoom call with our Silent No More regional coordinators. So people from different parts of the country that assist the people who join up with Silent No More from that region. That call went for about 45 minutes, at which time then I went into my kitchen here and got something to eat, prepared some dinner. While doing so, I was on the phone with our executive director for some updates, as well as Mark, our chief technology officer, and he also helps with overall administration. So I spoke with both of them together and then with each of them separately for about a half hour each. So until about 9:30, I was on the phone with them while in the process of eating a late dinner, after which I went to bed. That was the second day of the year. The third day of the year, Wednesday, the 3rd of January, started off again with our morning staff briefing. I did more review of our Rachel's Vineyard end-of-year summary. I had work at my desk regarding the following topics: the January prayer service, travel plans for the year, publishing of our audit, because when we had our board meeting the previous day, we also approved the audit of our finances, and it's another clean audit, as we say, a healthy audit. We got it published on our website. Planning election meetings, accepting travel invitations, communication with the Walk for Life, the Silent No More e-letter I approved. That's the email that goes out to these regional coordinators and other members of Silent No More. Work on Radio Maria. As a matter of fact, I did a taping for a Radio Maria. We have our regular program on there. Revisions of liturgical resources online and approval of a letter to our upper donors. At 11 a.m., I had a meeting with our Washington, D.C. Staff person, and she also handles a lot of work on our website. At 11:30, I had a meeting with our political director and media director, and we did some planning together for upcoming work on elections, state legislation, and ballot initiatives. Then had lunch, and then at 1:30, I taped the Praying for America program. As the afternoon went on, I did a lot of desk work and interaction with other staff members, including, as I mentioned, the taping of for our Radio Maria program, and got updates from the staff, had dinner, and then had some evening work. I connected with our travel coordinator who worked an evening shift on Wednesday the 3rd, and we looked at upcoming trips for me that I am planning with his help. So we had that, as well as some other desk work to close out the day. And so that was, I worked at my desk till probably about 9:30. So that was the Wednesday the 3rd. So 2024 has begun. I hope it has begun well for you. We will keep you posted throughout this year of everything we do, from morning to night, as we serve your needs in the pro-life movement, as we serve the unborn, as we serve our Lord Jesus Christ. May He bless you. Happy New Year.